What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alpha Man. I'm back with
Classic Ruby, y'all. What's up? What's good? What's happening? What's popping this lovely Labor Day Monday? Now, I'm warning you in advance, y'all. I ain't ish. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm not. Listen, I'm just not used to having to work. I'm not. I took like all of August off. I told y'all I was going to hold down the fort for Zell while he traveled across the country to set up his life. I did none of that. I know. I let you all down. I did not one thing. I didn't drop one. He was traveling and dropping at least an occasional video. Not Ruby. Ruby recorded nothing. She edited nothing. She did nothing. Okay, I know. I apologize, y'all. But I was suffering from extreme burnout. Okay, I was feeling burnt out. So I apologize. But we're here now. And even though I still ain't ish, I'm not. That's why we're not doing a full show today. But we're here. See, we promised you we would be here Monday. It is Monday. We are here. We are ready and set to go. So let the people know, since obviously it's all entirely your fault why it's taken so long for us to get back to streaming. So let the people know how's things been going? How's good? You know, how was your travelation? Was it good?
Yeah. It was. We have had it's been interesting. It's nothing went right.
Perfect. I love hearing that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it took a lot longer than just the 2 weeks because all of a sudden the computer didn't get there. So now I'm using the laptop because the computer's still not here. The job got delayed. so I'm just here chilling, sitting here, wondering, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get everything to work. So I got the little monitor now, so I can actually do the show and actually control it. So we back. We back.
Yeah, we back. Hey, listen, I did stuff also. Okay, I painted my entire wall green. Like literally, this entire wall behind me is a built-in green screen. Of course, me painting the wall meant that I then had to set everything up afterwards, and that took a little while. So that was technically ready to go way before I was, and I'm still technically not ready to go at all, but it's okay. We're being troopers today, okay? And so, you know, us in our trooper mode, okay, we got stuff set up enough that we almost look like we're on point. Listen, I understand, y'all. I look a little blue right now. You should have seen how blue I looked before the show started. I don't know why. Like, I literally was looking the color blue. So we obviously have a lot we need to kind of work on with our new setups and whatnot, okay? But we gonna do what we do best-ish today, okay? And so we got a story for y'all, okay? We got a Karen for y'all. And we got some interesting topics for discussion on the docket. You know, so we just wanted to kind of, you know, just give you a little song, a little quick song, you know, nothing big, a little quick song, you know, just to kind of get back into the swing of things and not to delay again. And, you know, yeah, let's get it popping. So that way, you know, you guys can look forward to a full show on Thursday as we work out the tweaks doing this show today, trying to get everything fully set up again. And then hopefully by Thursday, Ruby will pull herself together, be willing to do some actual work, filming, editing, whatever. And then, hey, it'll be like a total thing. It'll be great. I know we're all looking forward to it. So like, yay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't like just say this is a short show. So we're going to do, and by the way, let us know if you like this. We got 3 topics and then 1 story each. So she got a Karen. I got this crazy story. I had to bring some fire for y'all. So I had to bring this. So we're going to get into the first story. Then, of course, we're going to get to the Karens. And we're going to get to what we're talking about. So let's get started.
Mm.
What's up, my position boy? Man, I'm back. Of course, finally settled. No $3,000 PC, no $200 backgrounds, $200 everything, just webcam, mic, $8 green screen, and $10 stand that have to put up weird and have to crunch down. And we back to it in a new new area and a new thing, everything good. Everything happened good. I do want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for like and subscribe. Thank y'all for showing up again, all that jazz. But of course, I had to come back with the bangers. To come out with some bangers now. And of course, man accused of sniffing woman at Barnes and Noble's arrested and failing to register as a. And it is something that we have to do right. We have to put in work with. We have to put in time because this is strange. Let's go watch. This is. I'm not even gonna tell you. I don't have to tell you all this. This is watch.
Christine, the records actually show he has been booked at least 9 times just within the last 2 years. One of his victims calls his actions disturbing.
9 times in 2 years. This man is habitually sniffing of the female essence. He's trying to get a whiff. Listen, these incels has gone too far. This is a grown man sniffing women 9 times. I just want y'all to understand, because people that don't get the story, he's been caught 9 times. This is a Barnes and Nobles. Books smell good. I'm pretty sure women at the Barnes and Nobles smell good, but it's not your first time, my guy. Calm down.
Gross, downright creepy, and she today is reacting to the news that he is free yet again.
I recorded just in case he was trying to say anything or do anything to me, but I definitely didn't expect him to do this.
Wait.
Like, what the actual
Content creator.
My man went right for the hole. Great. Pure precision, focus, aim, full sniff. No regard for anything else. This isn't.
Reader Michaela Witter caught this serial sniffer in the act while shooting this now viral TikTok.
I was so freaked out when I turned around and saw him literally under me. So freaking close.
You doing the fake shoe tat thing. What you do in elementary school, you teach you how to, and you just go in there and try to like rub your elbow in, you know what I'm saying? The fine teaching, you know what I'm saying? I'm snitching on myself, but hey, let's continue.
Close to me.
I ain't never sniffed though. That's strange. Ain't no girl smell that good. I'm sniffing. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It happened last week.
No, I'm not sniffing no ass crack. I'm just letting y'all know that sniffing ass is not normal.
Week at a Burbank Barnes & Noble. What Michaela didn't know at the time was the sniffer's lengthy criminal history.
I kind of got a flood reaction of some people recognizing him, seeing that he's done the same thing to them in different stores.
My man put the hand on his chest and got the sniff. Yeah, you know how creepy you gotta be, put your hand on your chest and
or whatnot.
Days before, 37-year-old Khaleesi Karen Crowder was accused of peeping into a Glendale home with kids inside. Law enforcement sources say he was arrested and released days later.
My heart dropped. My heart dropped when I was first told it, and then my heart dropped again when I looked it up and saw that he really was released. I was creeped out, and it was just like this really weird feeling that I still haven't kind of like gotten rid of, especially after hearing what he's done to other people.
It felt like anywhere I moved, he kept following.
Crowder has been arrested dozens of times for sex offenses and other crimes since 2005. According to court records obtained by Fox News Digital, he served time in California State Prison for burglary and robbery charges and had been sentenced in February to a year in jail for indecent exposure in Santa Clarita.
he a criminal. He a freaky criminal. Lock him up.
Michaela's reaction to his release?
It's scary, and I'm scared for my own safety. I'm scared for the other girls and anything that he could possibly do further on, because they can't do anything until he does something worse. And I'm afraid that he is going to do something worse.
Imagine going to jail for somebody like, oh, what you in for? I sniffed this random lady at the bookstore. Right. I got a full on whiff of it. Like, you need y'all that's crazy.
And tonight, we've learned that Crowder was actually sentenced and convicted to 8 years in prison for similar offenses in Glendale. This was back in 2011. Not clear at this point.
How he traveling state to state? Is he a state to state sniffer? A state to state sniffer. This man in Arizona. Is this Glendale, Arizona, or is it Glendale, California? Because how this man going to state sniffing? That's a crazy statement. State to state sniffing is insane. Stop. Get some help. Prayers for this brother, because he ain't in his right mind. You can't go state to state sniffing, my brother. The incel behavior is going insane. The red pill is dead, my guy. Stop it. End it. It's not the women's fault. It's your fault. You're weird. You are not okay. I know Dumb and Dumber gone now, and you have no one to look up to, but it's not the women's fault. Look up to me. But I tell you, get some help and stay away from women at all costs, you creep. That's all I got on the first story. Back to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe, all that notification bell. Zell is back, being alpha, doing his thing, looking good, looking clean, looking sexy. All that. I miss y'all. Mike said in another video a little later, more on that, but I miss y'all. Let's have some fun with this. Listen, the fact that he was in multiple states, that he was inquired, Ruby, by the state of California for this, and got arrested in Arizona for this, meaning he is going state to state doing this. Like, he put his hand on his chest, took a knee, and sniffed, Ruby. That is that is the strangest thing I've ever. Like, I'm like, why do you have multiple accounts of 9 times, my guy? They finally put you in jail. It took 9 times to put this man in jail. I want y'all to understand that 9 times.
Yeah, but he only went to jail because it's not illegal to sniff someone's butt. It's just not. It's creepy. It's gross, but it's not illegal. But the reason why he actually ended up going to jail is because it is illegal for you to take your face as a grown man and put it into the butt area of a child, which is what he did to a 15-year-old girl. And that's what he got arrested for. And that's what he actually went to prison for. And that's what he failed to register as a sex offender for and went to another state. Yeah, so so to me, that's more so what I think to myself is now, people are saying, because I believe the brother of the girl, the 15-year-old girl, spoke out about this once he was caught again. And he's I think he's a basketball player. He's a sports guy. I can't remember what sport. But yeah, he spoke out about this, and obviously he's disgusted and frustrated. But I mean, part of the issue is, how do you arrest someone? How do you make it illegal to sniff someone's butt? And the reason why is because people have to bend down to tie their shoes in crowds all the time. So that's what this guy is using something we're very comfortable people doing. Oh, he's tying a shoe. Fine. I'm going to ignore you now. But that means anyone going down to tie their shoe, if it's illegal to sniff butts, anyone could get arrested for that. Anyone could be called a pervert. Anyone would have to register as a sex offender. So, he doesn't touch anybody. The issue with the 15-year-old was not just the butt sniffing. It's the fact that he's a stalker. So he gets obsessed with these women, and in this case, a girl, and starts stalking them. So he's a very scary type of person. This is why people are upset that he hasn't gotten arrested. It's not because of just the butt sniffing. It's because of that's just part of his obsessive behavior. And then it keeps going, and it gets to very scary places where he's actively stalking people for weeks, for months. It's a thing. And again, he stalked the 15-year-old child. So
yes, we are glad he's in jail. This man needs to be off the street. But what Ruby said is true. It's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to prove that somebody he was doing it, because all you got to do is say I was tying my shoe and they overreacted. And then, because you don't want people to start assuming that you're doing it, because we already know if they start making laws like that, men are going to be in trouble even if they're innocent, and we don't want those things. So you don't want that. But this man got caught on a TikTok. That is. Oh, you didn't see the camera right there, dog. They're doing hard breathing.
No, because like you said, he's not doing anything illegal, right? Yeah. So if he had actually registered as a sex offender, what he did was not inherently illegal. Therefore, he wouldn't be in prison. That's just what it is. If she asked, did you just sniff me? He said, no, prove he did. You can't, even with the camera, you can't prove it, right? But even if you could, it's not illegal, right? He went to prison because of her accusations. They came to, discuss now, hey, what's going on? And found out, oh, you failed to register as a sex offender. Good job. Right. So that's why he went to prison, for violating, not because of what he actually did. So like the butt sniffing is the thing that makes people click, obviously. I understand the focus, but that's not what he actually got arrested for. Just so we're all clear. He got arrested because he's a freaky stalker who stalked and sniffed and was obsessed with a child. So just so we're all clear. I mean, also some adult women, but the child is what they really hooked him for. So.
And shout out to my AI and me using artificial intelligence on my title, because this will come out tomorrow and it's a fun title. Just about typing it in AI. Like, hey, give me a title for butt sniffer ChatGPT. hey, government, it's not my fault. I did not do it.
I'd say the same thing if I was you.
All right, we got a Karen coming up from Ruby.
We do have a Karen, but it's actually like a Ken. And again, it really has to do with the way that some of these people are never taught that it's inappropriate to treat children a certain way. Listen, okay? Y'all know I sit there and I talk to y'all all the time and I say, like, listen, y'all need to stop playing with customer service workers and so on and so forth, right? But like, dude, you've got to differentiate between like the kids working customer service and the grown-ups, right? The grown-ups, you kind of feel like, hey, they should know better, they should not be disrespectful, so on and so forth. But the kids are going to be kids. And if you are a grown man who can't handle some kids acting like a clown, especially over just a little minor disagreement, you're not going to get far in life. But let's take a listen to what this Ken, what his issue was, and how he behaves. Let's take a look here.
Bobby, you stare at me now?
Bro, you're backing up. Just go.
I don't have to go, you loser.
Then f***ing sit
I'm
there.
waiting for the cops, dude.
You're waiting for the cops?
Yes, I am.
Then bring the cops.
I am.
For no reason, dude.
Yeah.
You're that little kid working.
Dude, if you don't shut your mouth, they're going to punch you out. That's all there
Why?
is to it. That's all there is to it.
Why are you going to punch me out? Because you're yelling at people?
Mouthpiece.
Says the one f***ing cussing 15-year-olds out. You're cussing
Right.
15-year-olds out working, bro. Over a mask. I don't care.
Oh, I'm going to hurt you, man. That's it.
For what?
Do this?
Don't touch me. It's all on camera, dude.
I don't give a f***. I'll go to jail to punch you, you f***ing stupid.
We hear that
Because
he will go to jail.
I get that.
I want you to think about this. He just said, I will go to jail to punch you. This is another adult male telling this adult male that him yelling and screaming at 15-year-olds is stupid and wrong, and he should therefore stop doing it. The Ken will go to jail to punch the other adult, telling him to just simmer down and act like an adult and reminding him that the people he's mad at are children. And he'll go to jail to punch that person. The sad thing is, I'm telling you, if any of these people had actually experienced consequences for all their actions from an early age, they would not behave this way. The reason why he says he'd be willing to go to jail is because he doesn't think he would. Obviously. Let's keep watching.
And when I tried to tell them, they didn't give a f***.
They're just high school students. You don't need to f***ing yell at them.
I can say what the f*** I want.
Okay.
It's called freedom of speech. You
I
don't
get
need to
that.
get involved.
Well, don't yell at people. They don't deserve that.
You're shaking like a little f***ing leaf, bitch.
Yeah.
Because you know how bad I could hurt you.
No, it's because I don't want you to hit me for no reason.
No, it's because you know how bad you could get hurt.
No, I'm also on loads of coffee, too.
I don't give a f*** about your coffee, man. You're mouthing off to somebody that could destroy you. You know, do you understand
Cool.
what I can do to you?
I don't care if you can kick my ass. Doesn't do
So-
anything.
so easily.
What does it do for you?
It'll make me feel better because you're a mouthpiece.
You're mouthing off at 15-year-olds.
I said the F word once.
They don't deserve it. They just come here to pay for their drinks and after their
Ridiculous the way they act, man. They
But like,
can't
who cares?
talk to me like that.
Like, you
This
care,
year
bro.
for everyone.
But here's the thing. If your life is that small and irrelevant and insignificant that you're this bothered by a bunch of idiot 15-year-old kids in customer service, the problem is not the 15-year-old kids. The problem is the whole rest of your life, okay? I understand maybe you confuse the 15-year-old kids for adults, but when someone told you that those were just a bunch of stupid kids working for minimum wage to pay for their illegal drinks after school, bro, that should have clued you in. That should have clued you in. Like, dude, the most embarrassing part is that this is Canada. I know. This is Canada, y'all. It's embarrassing, but it's true. Let's keep watching.
It doesn't matter.
You don't talk to an adult like that.
It's their job. They tell people to put a mask on. Their boss tells them. The government tells them. I used to work.
I go in here every day. I've been telling that same girl over and over that I'm medical exempt.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
I said it over and over, and she still says it to me.
They're still kids.
They're f***ing stupid. They need to recognize my face.
Right, it's their job, bro.
Now she's gonna recognize the face.
Yeah, and they'll probably ban you.
I don't give a f***. There's Tim Hortons everywhere.
So then go to the other one. Stop.
And to be fair, I'm going to be clear here. There's a Tim Hortons on every corner. For anyone who does not know what Tim Hortons is a coffee place like Dunkin' Donuts, only better. And I say better because literally Americans, once they have Tim Hortons coffee, they ask you to ship them containers of it. And we do because it is better. Just saying, for the double-doubles invented. Anyway. Point is, though, there's a lot of Tim Hortons. Unless you're like in an obscure city, and he is not based on the signage, he is somewhere in the west end of the Greater Toronto area. There's a lot of Tim Hortons, like a lot. So just that by itself should let you know, bro, you have an issue with these kids who work at this one. Just go to the other one. Like, that's 45 extra seconds away. You'll be all right. Like, for real. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that this idiot wants to stand here and behave this way. Ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. Why do you have time for this? Why do you have time? That's all I want. Why do you have time? I just need him to tell me why he has time. That's it. That's all I want to know. Because, like, I didn't know adults have this much extra time.
Yelling at these.
They're all stupid.
It makes no sense. All I'm saying is,
just stop. You know what? Just stop while you're okay? I don't have to go anywhere, man. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, and I'm gonna roll a joint.
Okay, then do it. Like, I'm not stopping you from anything. All I said was, don't yell at.
I don't want to go to jail, but I do want to make a point here.
Okay, call your cops. Are the cops coming?
No, I'm waiting for them to call the cops.
They're
I
not
didn't
call the
them.
cops. You're already out of the building. They don't care.
What do you know?
I worked in the restaurant business for 10 years.
Take your voice down.
This man is so irrelevant in his real life that it's like he's acting out on purpose so they can call the police on him so he can feel relevant for 10 seconds. I say shout out Rosalind. I know she loves the McCoffee. So the McDonald's coffee, you know, the one that's like scalding people and, you know, giving Americans billions of dollars to start their lives anew. Yeah, that coffee. To be fair, though, I will say that at least in Canada, the coffee it's a decent flavor, but it to me is way too hot. Like, it doesn't matter how much milk and sugar and whatever you put in that coffee. 3 hours later, it's still too hot. Like, it's just too hot. It's a dangerously hot coffee. That's all I can think of. But no, I still think Tim Hortons is better. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's better. Then again, I also think Timothy's coffee is the best coffee in the world. Was that? Shout out. Okay, let's keep watching.
Or you're going to get off.
For what?
For being a
Then just go over there. Go roll your joint. Smoke a doobie. Like, I'm literally just hanging out with a friend.
Yeah, well, like I said, stop being a mouthpiece. You don't have to stand up. You're not man enough to stand up. You're not man enough to stand up to these people.
It's because I don't give a
Hold up. See, this is what happens, okay? When stupid ideology from the internet, from the American internet, spills over into the Canadian internet, okay? This moron just said, you're not man enough to stand up to these people. Your manhood is defined by whether or not you're willing to stand up to a bunch of jackass teenagers who make minimum wage at Tim Hortons when there's another one 30 seconds down the road. That is what your manhood is determined by. If that is what manhood and masculinity is determined by in the 21st century, yeah, we're all doomed, all of us, because that is asinine. Let's keep watching.
I don't care.
You should, because somebody like me,
They're literally workers, dude.
break your jaw into about 4 pieces.
Over
and you're gonna have trouble talking for the rest of your life.
over there. We're all calling off.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I'm ready to take I'll take all 3 of you on.
Oh my god, dude. We're not doing anything. Go over. Go
Piece of
roll your
camera, man. Want a race?
going.
Want a race?
I don't care.
Want a race?
I'm trying to enjoy my
What did I
weekend
say?
off.
What did I
What,
say?
you want a
What did I
race?
say?
No, I
Did
don't.
I say this guy is desperate to be relevant? Like, he's so desperate to be relevant. It's like, yo, he's moved on from the 15-year-old to my manhood. Now he has to prove his manhood in another way. Now he's got to race these guys to prove he's extra man. Like, dude, you already had the man say, yeah, I guess, yeah, you can beat the shit out of me. Good for you. You're so tough. Yeah, you. Oh, so tough. Right? And now it's like, oh, you want to race? Oh, you're going to be so much faster than me. So tough. Right? Like, he really is so desperate to be relevant. Keep watching. Ridiculous.
Not this. I got something at home.
I don't care. I don't want to. I don't need to deal with you.
You know what?
Just go roll your.
I'm not gonna go because you're telling me to, because then you're.
Oh my god, dude. Like, I don't know.
Great the job, buddy.
Bro.
Brethren. Yo, this guy did an air kick. Buddy wasn't even looking at you. You could have kicked him, you know. But he just wanted to prove that he can kick as high as your head. Like, he wanted to prove he could kick as high as your head. And he wants your validation. He wants you to say, oh my God, wow, you could really kick me in the face. You're such a man. Like, that's what he wants. What is wrong with everybody, right? Like, dude, are the Canadians okay? That's what I want to know right now. I understand I'm one of them. I don't leave my house very often, though. I need to know if the Canadians are okay, because this, not okay. Let's keep watching. Wow.
I just don't like you, man. And I kind of want to break your jaw.
Really?
But I'm not going to go to jail today. That's the only reason.
No.
Fine, then don't go to jail.
No, remember, he was going to jail. He was totally willing to go to jail to punch this guy in the face. Remember, that's where we started off? Okay.
That's the only reason I'm not going to, dude. Otherwise, you know what? He'd be one hurt in unit right now.
Cool, then that's fine. I'll recover.
I
I don't care.
hope you wipe out on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh. And for the records, I'm pretty sure that is a hump, and that's part of the millions of things wrong with this guy psychologically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, is the hump on his back. I'm pretty positive, because that's why he's trying so desperately to prove that he's a man in every other way and be relevant in every way in his Civic. I'm positive that's a Civic, because it pretty much looks like my Civic. Like, I think it might even be the same color. Anyways, like, watching.
Get down the highway. Bro. Doesn't matter.
Watch your mouth. You almost caused yourself a broken jaw. There's too many people, otherwise it would lit up, dude.
Bro.
Lit up.
I don't care. I don't care.
MMA for all my life, and you
Cool.
around.
Cool.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No.
Sorry.
You're out. I'm loony.
Did you just slam my bike?
Yeah, I did.
What the? I didn't even f***ing do anything to you.
I'm loony for you.
Why the f*** you on my bike?
I didn't know that your bike was hit the ground.
F***ing hit the bike.
I hit the tire.
Bro, who cares?
Right, who cares?
No one's done anything, dude.
Not for anything, though.
No one's done anything.
Can we point out this guy is how much of a tool Buddy is over here? Because as soon as someone starts approaching his car, he stops. And he goes, I didn't hit your bike. I didn't hit your bike. I didn't throw it at your bike. I just threw it at the tire. Right? So he's going from, oh, you're lucky, right? To, what? I didn't do anything. What? It's me? Oh, I just threw it at your tire. Oh.
Who cares?
Relax, dude. You need to get the tire.
I hope not, Charles.
Bye-bye, sir. Have a nice day.
Yo, get that plate.
That's what he did. Oops. So that's what's happening with Canadian Kens these days. What do you think, Sal? What do you think?
Listen, we out here. I I don't know why he needed to prove he was so tough. And everybody like, hey, soon as the dude, like, even if I had a bad day, soon as the guy would have been like, oh, I don't want to fight my, okay, all right, I'm doing too much. This guy just say, no, I have to prove my toughness in some way. I have to be the alpha dog. And he better be glad that they were like some kid that probably wasn't tough and just gonna be honest and just chill and just want to live their life and they want no problems. Because if he talked crazy to the wrong one, he would have been, because he was scared. He obviously was scared going to do the protest. I didn't touch your butt on my bed. Like Ruby said, like, why are you so intimidated? But you talk crazy, like, I'll break your face. I'm like, okay.
I was ashamed. I was genuinely ashamed to be Canadian today. I was just like, I know it's my province too. Like, I know it is. I can hear it. I could hear it right away in the accents. I knew it was my province. I knew it was the Greater Toronto Area. I knew it. Then I saw the things on the sign. I went, yep, those are our stores. And then they went Tim Hortons. I'm like, oh, of course it's Tim Hortons. It's definitely here, right? Like, I just knew it. I knew it was us. And I was ashamed. I was deeply, deeply ashamed of what Canada has allowed to come in from the dysfunctional areas of America and infect our next generation coming up, because that idiot is now the future. Yeah, we're going to do the story about masculinity camp. We're definitely going to do the story about masculinity camp on Thursday. In redefining masculinity at this masculinity camp, we definitely are going to have to do that story now, just because of this Ken ruining it for everybody. So yeah, no, it's going to be good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand, why does he have a hump in his back? So like, I feel like there's like something like, oh, I look deformed, so I have to like act tough. I feel like everybody's like sad and they try to go to these like extreme levels of masculinity, but they're really not that. So when they see somebody they can actually pretend to do that on, they do it. Or they can just do it online and just talk crazy to somebody on the camera and then be like, oh, I was just playing in real life.
Right. Yeah, no. First of all, Oshawa, yeah, like I think it's the Greater Toronto Area. I'm like, I couldn't figure out like exactly where. I felt like it was like the West End, just because it kind of looks like Oakville and those types of areas. But I mean, honestly, most of the Greater Toronto Area kind of looks exactly the same. So it was for sure Southern Ontario. That much I'm positive of. And it's not that I'm blaming Canadian dysfunction on Americans. It's that when I see American dysfunction in the behavior of Canadians, I know it was influenced by American dysfunctionals, right? Like Canadians have their own Canadian dysfunction. That was just some American dysfunction. That's all I'm saying. Just y'all own y'all's stuff and understand that you are poisoning the rest of the world. Thank you. Okay. That's not what we do now.
Now we have the amazing story. We have this Pinky Doll story that we're gonna go over. I'm gonna put this behind us. Let me shrink it now. I should shrink this. Shrink the wrong thing. Listen, we gonna get it right. Let's give me time. But I guess we can see it like this. Let's see how this gonna do. Oh, it's muted. Let me see this.
Well, here, I'll shrink me down for a second. That way people can at least see over here.
Oh, yeah. So we do have this case of American culture. So let's see.
Pinky Doll is Canadian. She's from Quebec, I'm pretty sure, because she speaks French, but she's Canadian. Yeah.
Yes, this ain't our problem. The teaser be right. The Canadians is contaminating.
No. Okay, I'm going to clarify, okay? Pinky Doll, this NPC chick that Zell covered a few weeks ago, that chick, yeah, she 100% is Canadian. However, all of the drama we're talking about today is American drama. Again, it's a bunch of Americans doing a lot of this. It's not Canadians, it's Americans. Canadians are calling out the Americans on the dumb stuff, okay? But it's the Americans, specifically in LA and the streamies. Thank you. Okay, that's all.
Here we go. Let's go watch this video as we do it.
You were at the Streaming Awards the other day.
Yeah.
A lot of people were sort of like surprised at your appearance, and some critics were even saying your TikTok is light-skinned fishing. I don't agree.
Really?
But how do you respond to like those critics?
Well, you know, when I go to the sun, I can get a little darker, but you know, it's life. What can I do? And I love to be a black woman. Fuck you mean?
You think they're just haters who don't get it?
Yeah, I think they're just hating. Yeah, straight. It's hate.
How are you going to capitalize on this attention? You know, like sometimes people come and go, but how are you going to like stay around?
Well, you can watch the show because I'll be here forever, like I say.
What are you going to do? Like acting or music or something like that?
You know, I'm going to music. You know, I have the ice cream so good, but I'm gonna release another one, so stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
How do you feel about there's so many copycats out there now? It seems like every time I'm scrolling through TikTok Live, there's someone doing NPC.
It's actually great. I love it to see people like get the money, the bag, you know, do what you gotta do. I'm happy for you.
Wait, she wasn't the first to do that. I do want to she did. We contributed into making her into a bigger thing, but she was not the first to do that. She probably was. She the biggest. I'll give her that though. When it probably did spur a bunch of more people to do it. So she is an inspiration. I don't know if she's like can call people copycats when she did probably what she saw somebody else do. But she is an inspiration.
I like that.
And I'm gonna stay here forever.
I love that. Is it like lucrative though? Like all of this NPC stuff?
Yeah, it's really good, really good.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
About how much do you make on a stream?
Maybe 2 to 3K, something like that.
Oh, every
Depends.
stream?
Yeah.
And then are getting deals outside of this? Like I see you everywhere these days. You're blowing up.
Yeah. I love the deals, you know what I'm saying? You see, Fashion Nova is so good. Yeah. That's some good.
2 to 3? 2 to 3K. That is an insane amount of money. But for people that don't know, she went to the Streamy Awards and everybody saw that she was actually dark skinned. Y'all saw my video, so y'all know how she looked on TikTok. So everybody was like, oh, you're light skin fishing, which is the problem that people are having with her. So it's like an interesting thing going on with her that people feel like she is actually being fake, putting on a filter, not looking like that. Now, I do want to call her some. She did do a stream a few days ago talking about, oh, I went in the sun and got burnt. Like, I don't know. You must sunbathe a long time. But listen, I don't care. Listen, I think she looked better brown. I don't know. That was, to me, that little weird filter thing looked weird. To me, she looked better brown. I gave her the compliments. So, Ruby, you muted? I can hear you.
Here's my thing, okay?
I'm just in the chat.
Do I think she was light-skinned fishing? I do. And the reason why is specifically because of the images inside the article. If we can take a look, because you got to look at the difference between what her stream looks like and then what she looked like at the streamings, okay? And I'm going to point something out because only one of two things can be true. So if you could take a look at my screen and I'm going to point something out. Because here's the thing, y'all. First of all, and I don't know why, it's really weird. Americans are willing to believe almost anything about Canada. I don't know why, it's really weird. Like you can tell Americans some really dumb things about Canada and Americans believe it. It's weird. So and I watch a lot of videos talking about this subject. And for some reason, people believe Pinky Doll because Pinky Doll said she went to LA. There's a lot of sun, so she tan, okay? And she tanned from this complexion, the day before she left to go to LA, okay? From that complexion to this complexion at the Streamy Awards, okay? From this complexion to this complexion, this complexion to this complexion, okay? There's no way. There's literally no way that, and to be clear, okay, because people are like, oh, but come on, Ruby, you turn white under this. Okay, well, look, this is what she looks like under normal lighting, okay? So this is her being outside during the day. These were all shots on her social media before, okay, before this whole controversy happened. So people could have seen that she obviously is a dark-skinned woman, okay, because she obviously has dark skin to brown skin, dark brown skin to brown skin shots of her, okay? Very obvious, she obviously is a dark-skinned woman, okay? But again, the difference between that and what we're seeing on her streams, no, she's absolutely done things to make sure she was much, much lighter skin. And people are believing that she just went to LA overnight, got 100 million times darker. The only way that's true is if she's bleaching. Because if you're bleaching your skin, you have to hide from the sun. And you get very, very light, okay? But then as soon as the sun sees you, because your skin has no defenses anymore, you will get right back to like the darkness that you started off with, like in a day. Okay, so it's either she was bleaching, which means
you sure you don't smoke weed?
I love is worshiping light-skinnedness, or she was intentionally modifying her skin tone to make herself look lighter. I think that's dumb, and I think that the picture we're seeing here clearly proves that that's a stupid statement to make, right? However, like if I look at these two people, I don't even think they're the same person. Like they don't look similar. But here's the thing. I ain't hating on it. I think she was light skin fishing, because whether the men who are all objecting to this or not want to admit to it, if she was dark skinned, they probably would have paid her less money and probably would have spent less time clicking and sharing and whatever. Let's be real. Okay. Her light-skinnedness and ambiguousness is exactly what made people willing to pay her money, willing to make her the face of this NPC movement. Like, that's why this happened. So are we pretending that it does? No, the light-skinned, she absolutely did do this on purpose, okay? And it absolutely benefited her because absolutely colorism exists. And the men who are mad and saying that she's light-skinned fishing, yeah, thank you for proving the point, right? Because the reason why you'd be mad is if you wouldn't have paid the money if you knew she was darker, because otherwise her body, her face, everything else looks the same. So her voice still looks the same. The way she's doing all that stuff still is exactly the same, right? The only thing that's different is now she's dark and y'all are mad. So
yeah, it's on purpose. She 100% doing this on purpose. Listen, I like the chocolate version better. The chocolate, even though I don't know if I can do it. How that she talk way too fast and I get confused and upset, and then she doing NPC stuff. I'll be upset. She seemed like she scream at you. I can have that. But shout out to the chocolate snack. Pretending to be light skinned on it.
hey, get your dollars, girl. Get your dollars. That's all I'm saying. Get your dollars. I can't even believe that stuff is real, but it is. Get your dollars, girl. Listen, if I had just a little bit less, like I wish my parents, shout out to my parents in the chat. If my parents were worse parents, I wish they were, because then I would 100% do this, right? Like if I could just get rid of some of that dignity and self-respect I have, dude, do it for sure. Are you serious? Dude, let's run it. Like, do it. I'll be an NPC. Like, yo, dude, seriously, they're gonna pay you millions of dollars to do that for like a half an hour every once in a while, bro. Like, and it, like, dude, you don't have to sell feet pics or nothing. You know what I mean? Yo, dude, I'm about that life. I'm here for it.
She said two or 3K a day. She making like $1,000 out.
That's what I'm saying. No, she like it's ridiculous. And but yo, I'm about that life. Listen, get it how you live. If you need to be a certain type of light skinned, okay? Like, okay, I'm very light skinned. I'm actually lighter skinned apparently than I appear to some people, right? Some people think like I'm brown skinned and stuff, and that makes me excited because I wish I was kind of brown skinned, but whatever. Right, but I'm very light skinned. And if I had to be darker skin toned to be taken seriously, I would do everything within my power to get filters and this and that and whatever to get me to brown skin or dark skin so that I could be taken more seriously and I could make more money in this news thing so I can be taken more seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's actually what it is. You know, your intelligence is taken more seriously when you're darker skin. You are, you know, you get pretty privileged more at the lighter skinned you are. So it just is what it, like, dude, that's what people do. Get it how you live, man. Get it how you live. Snaps, girl. Snaps. You got them. You got all the way to the streamies. You got them, girl. You got them. You went to LA. Got them. She was on the stage and no one knew who she was. No one knew she was. Man, woman, or child. No one knew who she was till she started talking. And they're like, oh. Like, no one knew. Bro, she got them good. Snaps, girl. Snaps. I got you. Snaps.
She said Casanat name wrong and everything else there.
Anyway, y'all, just so you know, you can actually jump onto this stream, no matter what Don TC is saying about lacking accountability or whatever nonsense. Y'all can definitely come up here and speak y'all's piece if you want to defend America or Americans, or talk about any of the topics that we're talking about today. Y'all can definitely do that. You know, and yeah, we on to the next thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link back in the chat just in case anybody wants to join. So the link will go back in the chat. And we have a Brittany Renner story, but we will get to that too. That's a good one. But we got a Brittany Renner story. And that's so let's get into this, because this is very interesting, because she went on talking about she has changed and all of that. But let's see how much she's changed. She's on here with Charleston White, a family friend. I don't know what he is. I'll talk about that one day. We'll not family friend, but in some way it might be a connection in a weird way, but it's not, because I probably said no to the connection. But let's see what Brenda Renner did.
So you said you love polarizing figures.
What about it?
I can't do this. I can't do this today. So you.
For those that don't know, she's absolutely drunk. She is hammered right now. She is gone. If you can't tell, I just want to give y'all one before y'all be like, what's wrong with her? She got on that podcast, started drinking, and we'll see.
So you're eating snacks. What do you got to say about what's happening? Because you're a woman, and when you said RPE for a reason, right?
Because I heard him say
because it bothers you.
Well, I mean, I think as a woman, it would bother.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, what do you feel about what he's saying right now?
First of all, them pretzels and Chips Ahoy sticking right now.
Like a mother.
Was on the list. I gave her what was on the list.
Gone right now. She is
what I
absolutely
can say is that I listen to Charleston's live, and
but he's live in front of you right now.
Yeah.
So
but I'm saying,
what is your opinion about what?
We're gonna skip around a little bit, but she is drunk right now. We're gonna go on to.
They talk about killing us. When I listen to some of these rap music, when I hear the words they come up with, how they kill us, it's so brutal, homie. So I'm matching that, and I'm trying to say, if y'all as Jewish people and white people can put these on the radio when we putting our kids to school, then listen to what I gotta say if y'all have to hear it. Imagine if we made the kind of music that I'm saying toward y'all, because y'all are allowing these guys to make the exact same music toward us.
hey, listen.
We ain't got no more every song. Suck my shoot you, chuck you, make your friend kiss you.
But I'm gonna explain this. He was with Aiden Ross, and they did a bunch of kick streams. He was trying to get a kick deal. Aiden friend Prime, they got into it a little bit. Aiden kicked them out of the hotel they was at. Charleston White felt the same way. He said something about that group of people, the Jewish people, and he said, "Hey, let's all be friends of Adolf." And it kind of started. So this is what they speaking on while she's just drunk. So they speaking on that story of him and Aiden Ross for people that don't know, or the backstory of that lore of what he's speaking on.
Your sister, come on, we gonna do all the women like this?
Come on.
Come on, homie.
Right.
Hey, all I can say is that I listened to about 15 to 20 minutes of his live, and I understood what he was saying. That's all I can say. Now, if y'all agree, that doesn't fucking matter. Because the reality is that what do you fight hate with? If we're talking about all these horrible things that have happened to people, how do you combat against that?
No.
Because at the end of the day, that's what I heard from you.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Do we bring flowers to the war?
And Brittany, this was sparked it. This was sparked it.
That's what that's what they're talking about. That's what the conversation they had on the thing. That's the start of the conversation. I'm finna hide this, and I'm gonna go over it while I go get the other part. Ruby can come in while I'm getting it, but yeah, basically what they was talking about was she heard some of the things he said. She said she had a problem with what he was saying because she wants to fight it with love and all that, but she's drunk, and you know how that goes.
I've been drinking.
I already took my shoes
Yeah, so she's very drunk.
I disagree. I don't think that was a problem at all. I don't think that was a problem at all.
Oh, what you think?
Now, to be fair, I probably have an advantage over everyone else because I didn't just watch the little clips that people were reviewing. I watched the 2.5 hour podcast, like the full one from the Danzo show. So I have a different perspective than everyone else. And the truth is that the first thing is before the show even happened, she was talking about the fact that she found Charleston sexually appealing, like she wants to slam. Like, so she said this. All right, so this is before the show happened, before she met him, whatever. This is when they were trying to get both of them on the show at the same time. Okay, and one of the things that got Brittany onto the show was because Charleston was going to be there. So things actual character, not the characters he plays to get a rise. And I doubt you're going to play any of this part of the podcast either, so I'll just talk about it quickly. So basically, Charleston talks about a lot of things that Brittany says. Charleston actually ends up like agreeing or co-signing her in some way to kind of be like, or defend her. And basically what he said was, he can't even imagine what it would be to have to be Brittany Renner the way Brittany is treated. And the reason why is because both Charleston and Brittany are equally hated. But Charleston's goal on the internet is to be hated. He creates characters, he creates bad takes, right? He creates situations on purpose to be hated. That is what he's doing on purpose. It has nothing to do with his real life, has nothing to do with his real opinions, has nothing to do with his reality, has nothing to do with people judging him incorrectly, has nothing to do with that. He's created all of that. What people don't realize, right? Like how you can have like lol cows, right? You can have outrage cows, and that's what Charleston is. And he said the difference is that Brittany is getting all this hate for her life. Like this is just her life. Like this is, people are hating her like she decided to be a character that's hateable the way he did. And it's not true. But the way that we watch the internet and the way that we watch, we make celebrities and internet personalities and stuff, we make them into like these larger than life things, like they're a character they're playing, but a lot of them are just living their lives. So when you're trying to destroy them and you're picking apart every aspect about them, to talk about how terrible as humans they are, you're tearing down a real person about their real life. So all the discussions that they've had about Brittany and what, bro, that's her real life you're talking about. Like, and that's the real person you're talking about. So Charleston was pretty defensive. I won't say defensive, but like he was really explaining his perspective. Like she was explaining her perspective very calmly, actually, very rationally. Well, you can tell throughout the show, they must have drank a lot at the beginning, but at the very beginning of the show, she's pretty sober, like all things considered, like to the point where I would almost think that I want to say something terrible. Not that they spiked her drink, but that almost like they know a good way to encourage you to drink a lot in a short period of time. So that way, while they're filming, all that liquor kicks into your system. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of giving you water because you're thirsty, they'll give you more liquor or something. Like, it seemed like that because it's just like she started off fine, right? And then, you get towards the middle towards the end of this podcast, and suddenly she's wasted, and suddenly her behavior is outlandish, right? But it's like she didn't start off there. So, and she wasn't slurring and messy and aggro at the beginning. So it's like they really, really wanted to get her drunk enough to act out enough so they could get the popularity, because it's not that big of a channel. And it's like I think it was under 30,000 subs when I first went and watched the whole podcast. So yeah, I think they did this on purpose. I really do. So I just had to give that perspective in advance. I know a lot of people have no sympathy for Brittany Renner, but yeah, I feel like the way this has been twisted in the media is like so all out of whack, and you can't watch the whole thing unless you pay for a subscription to the channel. So that's that's no one's seeing the whole thing in perspective.
Oh, so
Unfortunately.
they hid the whole thing? 'Cause I was like, I saw the thing.
No, you can see it. You can see it. You just can't click on it.
Oh.
Because you have to have a membership to be able to click on it. So it's in the, it's like 2.5 hours or almost 3 hours or something. And it's there in the list, but you have to have a level 1 membership in order for you to watch it. So no one's, probably the large majority have only seen the little 8-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute clips that they're releasing and thinking they're getting the whole story, but they're not. It's a 3-hour podcast, right? So you add all the stuff that they've released so far, it's maybe half an hour of it, maybe 45 minutes of a 3-hour podcast. You're missing a lot of context, But yeah.
I also got a question before we go on to see the results of all this drinking that she did. As Ruby said, if they are clearly, they putting it behind a paywall and you can't see all of it, that's very strange. Especially at the beginning, and then you just putting out the parts that make her look insane. And after she got really drunk. So that is disturbing. But
right.
But I got a is this like the new thing to like get women drunk before you bring them on, just so you can just like blow up on like one of these incel spaces? Look at this woman. I knew this would the women act like this.
It's not new. It's not new. They've been doing this actually on talk shows since the dawn of time, right? Like Dr. Phil, a lot of these different programs, even like the late shows and stuff, employ the same thing, right? Now they give you freedom of choice, right? So you got access to all the free liquor you want before the show. And someone encouraging you of being, you want to settle your nerves? Yeah, just take a shot. Take another one. You'll be fine. That kind of thing. So you have people who are, but like, angel devil on his shoulder. But yeah, no, they've been using this tactic for a long time. That's how you get people who are acting so out of sorts and out of character on these shows, right? Even if it's like a scripted one or whatever, right? But like, yeah, no, they've been doing this. So the fact that it's just targeting women, in the manosphere, in the red pill or alpha sphere or whatever, right? That is just like their tactic. But like you have the exact same tactic happening on the white underbelly, right? He goes and gets a whole bunch of drug addicted prostitutes from the streets to talk to, right? Like and then he gives them drugs. He promises them drugs or promises them alcohol, gives them drugs and alcohol to get them to sit and talk. So what do you think is going to happen then, right? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, that is a disturbing thing I've noticed. But the results was the clip y'all all saw. I don't know if y'all seen it, but she threw water on him. So we're going to go watch that. And it's not even like disrespectful way. It was weird, but it was like
Runner, Miss Runner.
All right, chill. There's a lot of equipment in here. Why'd you get water poured on you?
We sauced up.
What I miss?
For behavior. That's for to be.
All right.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't block
Landon. The stream is now for fucking private. Put it private. What did you do to get water poured on you?
I was just being myself.
I ain't gonna lie. When you start doing that hug, things get different. But he kind of, I wonder how he feel. Like he got wet, and then you get a hug.
No, because she didn't throw water at him. She was throwing water at someone else. He just kind of got caught in the crossfire. But remember, like I said, there's a lot of discussion that happens that they don't admit to. They were fine, but like the selling point of this was these two supposedly adamantly opposed, super hated villains are coming together. So they have to try to paint it that way. But like I told you, he knew way before this moment that she wanted to sleep with him, and that was a large motivating factor for her coming on the show. She wanted to meet him. She wants to sleep with him. She finds him really attractive. So, and that's a theme that kept getting talked about, like on the show, like from the very beginning when they're first introducing themselves. So
that was my thought when I did it. That was very much my first thought when I did it. I was like, oh yeah. That's one of those. That looks like one of those. Shout out to the first video that comes out tomorrow. Shout out to that.
Okay.
It is fucking so. Oh.
Ma'am, I did nothing but bless you. I called you nothing but ma'am and Miss Runner.
All right. I left for one moment. What happened?
No more bottles of water. No more bottles of ginger ale for Miss Runner.
Oh Holy shit. Are we still live?
I think I got that nigga burned everything.
God damn.
I'm not gonna lie. You got to be a special individual to get this far doing what you're doing. Miss Renner.
Oh shit.
And we were doing so. See, this why, man, you know what? This why AB won't come back up here, man. You see that? This why.
Listen. Shout out to these dudes, bro. I don't know how they got these people on here. Ruby, how many you said they had 30K?
Yeah, like it wasn't, I'm pretty, like it was under 30K, I'm pretty sure. Like I think it was like 28.8K or something. Like they were not at 30K yet, I don't think. Let me see. I'll look it up now.
I might could somehow pull off a Charleston White. I don't know if I can get Charleston, but I probably could. Like Ruby said, if she wanted to be with him, you probably could get that set up. But again, that situation would be weird. But one day we'll talk about it. Maybe he will show up on this channel and we'll discuss his outrage bait that he does.
Oh, sorry, not Danzo. It's the Danza project.
Yeah, the Danza.
My bad. Like Tony Danza. And they are now at 33.5K subscribers with 362 videos. So this is like, they probably even paid these people because Charleston apparently don't show up nowhere unless you pay him. So, and I'm guessing Brittany also has a similar rule. So I think what happened is this is the thing that they're going to use to catapult themselves into fame. Now that FNF are leaving the platform because they're quote unquote unmonetized. I don't believe that. I think that they did it to themselves, but whatever. And so they want to come up next. They want to fill the void. And I think that this was their way to try to do it. And so they didn't care what they were going to do to her reputation. They didn't care. They were using her and Charleston just knows better. So he's not a tool to be used. Brittany Renner, unfortunately, is too emotional. So she is a tool to be used, sadly.
Hey, you can kind of tell the dudes is like real life knowing they got some and they finna clip this up and just put it out on TikTok and try to eat on this fame because they know everybody gonna talk about this. They got I'll be that news to talk about this. We don't do this type of
Exactly.
And they got it because again, this is they knew they got water thrown them and that only so many people can get this far. Because you know why he said it? Because he got a clip. It's only
That's true.
Ain't too many people can get away with get this far. But you done made me no telling how much money this clip, man. How much has this video did? This specific one. 29K in one day? Because this the one they put out yesterday.
Oh, I don't know specifically.
Yeah, so they put this one out 29K. So they done probably put these video out so many times just to get this like the money off of it. So they know what they doing, man. They playing the game.
Yeah, but remember, look what it says, part 14.
Yeah.
Look at it. This is part 14. What you're playing right now is part 14. So like you're missing a lot of what they played earlier to get like the hype, right? So like
let's see how much. Y'all know what she did. She twerked. Y'all see it. So let's see.
Where because like they went at her. No, they have like way like bigger ones, right? They have
I've been drinking.
15K. They have 82K. Charleston White Brittany discuss motherhood and parenting. That's a huge one.
You'll see how they done.
Also, because Charleston learned things about Brittany Renner, which is sad that in all of the time that we have all been watching Brittany Renner do interviews and stuff. And this is actually, okay, I was going to do a deep dive thing on Brittany Renner when the PJ thing first came out. And I just didn't do it. But no one knows anything about her. And I actually went back really far into her social media and got a lot of things from her previous breakups and stuff around her previous breakups to see what was she about? What does she really say? What does she think? What does she believe? Whatever. And like people don't know things. Like they don't know that she was an elite athlete herself.
She played soccer. She played soccer at Jackson State. She was also really smart, and I met her at Beta Club because we the same age.
Yeah, of course she's brilliant. Like the way that people spoke about this woman from day one, they so downplayed her own independent self-worth, because you couldn't have the narrative they had about her if she was an athlete of her own accord. So maybe she might have that in common with other athletes, and she was intelligent, not just like, ooh, I manipulate men to get the money, but like, nah, like, dude, she is very intelligent. She's super loyal. She's super dedicated as a person. And unfortunately, that makes her naive sometimes to make bad mistakes where she dedicates too much of herself, sacrifices too much of herself for people she falls in love with, only for them actually to disappoint her, let her down, use her, abuse her, and spit her out. Right? But that doesn't work for the narrative. It doesn't work for the narrative that all modern women, right? It doesn't work. So, yeah.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this was a come up. How they must got hey, I think they got an agency, cause I kinda know. Okay. Alright, I think I understand a little more. Okay, because I understand a little more. I just saw another name of somebody that connected on Moretta. Shout out to Culture TV. But Charleston White do them numbers, don't they? Charleston White, they don't get no numbers off nobody else. And I know how Charleston White affiliated with certain things, because I know a certain thing. Like I said, I know a little bit about them, but one day we'll discuss. But I look at the numbers on everybody else. They don't do. Ruby, they do 285. I don't know if y'all see it. 285, 700. Yeah. They basically, and then they get Charleston White and they get certain. Okay, I understand how I see it. All their videos,
and now you can see. So with the last interview, they went up to part 30 or something. Like, that's why they private it. They private it, so you have to pay them somehow or another. They're getting paid, whether it's AdSense or from your membership fee, right? They're getting paid. And this is their opportunity. Like I said, this is their opportunity. And they will ruin that. That's why, like, the guy, like I said, the water thing, like, that's a different scene. If you go to one of the earlier parts, obviously, it's one of the first 8 parts that they released, where they show the person that she threw water at, or the person she actually threw the bottle of water at multiple times and whatever. And it's because, like, again, people forget this woman's real life. Like, whatever we want to do for rhetoric is fine, whatever. But in real life, she was really in love with this dude, PJ. She really was in love. Then she really committed to having his baby and losing her $1 million body forever. She was never going to be the same because she decided to have that man's baby. Then she needed a episiotomy. That means she tore from one hole to the other in her private regions. Okay. That often comes with other types of tears down there. So again, never is going to look the same. And she did all of this because she loved that man. And what we've done is we've turned her into all kinds of everything else. But what we've never done for even 10 seconds is validated the woman as a woman and a mother who might actually have loved this man, and the relationship didn't work out, and that's cool. And, but she's trying her best to be a good mom. He's trying his best to be a good dad. But there's only one of them we're willing to treat like a person, and it's not her, because PJ's younger than her. But more importantly, because she's hot. That's what it is, because she's hot. And they decided to really utilize that. And so they were making fun of, like, they were basically calling her like a man eater. Like, they were doing things on purpose to instigate her, and talking over her and laughing at her answers and stuff like that to instigate her, so she would get really uber offended and upset and then react. And then eventually she did, because who wouldn't? Because if you're talking about my real life, a real breakup, a real situation with the real father of my real child, and you're making it into like just a punchline after punchline, and you've already fed me tons of alcohol, like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, yeah, no, this is exactly what you guys planned. Exactly. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it really is. Like, I know no one has any sympathy for her, but like, we forget that she's a person and, not a character on TV.
I feel like that's a lot of things. I feel like people think of, even to a certain point with us, one day, like, oh, entertain me. That's what y'all supposed to do. You don't supposed to have feelings. What are you doing? Go and yell at each other. Go find somebody to yell at. Go fight random woman over there, Ruby. Go argue with some dude, Zill, and then that's our entertainment, because y'all supposed to just do what we say do. And I feel like that's also part. And this happened. I know this interview happened a while ago. So that the one behind the wall must have been like last week, and they started putting them out 6 days ago. So they already got the money from you having to go in there. So when that runs out and people stop buying it, I guess they start putting out here. So I'm looking at it.
No, it's just people are not. First of all, people are not at all willing to, for the most part, watch a 3-hour live stream. What it comes down to is you only have 28,000 subscribers. You want millions of people to see your stuff. So what you do is you release a small clip that entices people. Then they come. If they want to see the whole thing, they've got to become a member. That's what it is. So like I said, it doesn't matter how many parts they release it. And it's kind of like the DJ Vlad thing. DJ Vlad from day one releases the entire interview of whoever. It's always available, but you have to be a member of a certain amount in order for you to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, you have to subscribe to his channel, click that bell, and watch it in 5-minute increments like everyone else over as long as it takes him to release them all. They're basically using the same formula.
Okay, I see that. But then, like I said, and then after a while, I guess they start releasing them by part. Because it's like I said, it started.
It's like it's like a commercial.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it's literally, you're taking the whole part. We do the same thing. Everyone does the same thing. We do live streams for 2-3 hours, and then we release little parts of it piecemeal. Even if we decided we wanted, if we had people. So if we decided, if we had an interview that everyone on the planet would want to see, right? Or we had a discussion part that everyone on the planet would want to see, it would behoove us to put that in a members section and say, hey, sure, you want to watch it right away? No problem, $5 a month. And then you could watch the whole thing. But hey, we don't want to just turn people away, because what we want to do is take little snippets that's super interesting for 3 to 5 minutes or whatever and put those out. And then everyone's going to click on those. Those are going to go viral. People are going to do their little commentary on it. That's going to go more viral. And then way more people are going to come. And even if they're not willing to pay the $5, they're absolutely willing to subscribe and click that bell and wait until we release the next 5-minute increment. If they care enough about the person we're interviewing, they'll absolutely subscribe. So if you do it well, then you can go from having 1,000 subscribers to having 500,000 subscribers in a matter of a month, like this, if you do it well. So, and I have a feeling they're going to milk. Unfortunately, they released a lot of the most hyped up stuff right at the very beginning, so they're gonna have a hard time milking it for as long as they should. Like whoever planned this did it wrong, but they got about 5,000 subscribers since I've seen. So, I mean, and I looked a few days ago. It wasn't that long ago. I think I looked on Friday or something. So we got like 5,000 subscribers in a few days. So.
I got a little more idea that got me curious. But we got one more news story. Anybody want to join? Again, I'll put the StreamYard in the chat. But we do have one more story. And this lady from Orange is the New Black and Hustle and Flow. Shout out to Ruby for teaching me who this woman was, even though I saw it in the movie.
Karen Manning. You still don't know. So listen, Karen Manning. It's amazing that Black people only know who she is because she was in Hustle and Flow. She was also what's her face, Eminem's girl in 8 Mile. She was Doggett, right? Tiffany Pentatucky Doggett in Orange is the New Black. And she's been in lots of other things. She's been in Crossroads. She's one of the 3 best friends in Britney Spears' Crossroads with Britney Spears. Actually, her and Britney Spears were actually friends, like at that time. Yeah, so she's been around for a long time. She's been acting for a long time. She's a star. And yeah, she did not age well at all, Don Teasy. Now, here's the thing. There is a little bit of debate on this video, y'all. Some people are saying that this is not real, okay? They're saying that it's not real at all, okay? she is just, it's like an audition. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying she's low-key auditioning. I mean, the way that this woman is speaking and kind of the things that she says, like, it's so Tiffany Doggett, right? AKA Pennsatucky, AKA her character from Orange is the New Black. It is so that character, this is the terminology, everything, that either Doggett was not like a character for her. They just said, hey, at this point she's on meth and this is how she behaves. So typecast, let's go. Or, and actually they did literally tell her, like, she didn't have to audition for the part, by the way. Okay. So in Orange is the New Black, she plays a meth head, trying to recover a meth head, but a meth head nonetheless. She went into prison because she was a meth head, and she tried to rob a bank with her boyfriend, and they sprayed it up with bullets, and people died, and so now she's in prison for life. You know, but it really all has to do with her addiction, and now she found God, but she's also incredibly racist. But she doesn't realize she's racist, and she's not like a mean-hearted racist. She's just racist because that's how she thinks. Yeah, seriously. So, and the thing is that the creators have talked about this, and they said she didn't audition for the part. When they wrote the part, they went and got her and said, can you come do this, please? Okay. So, yeah. However, people are saying this is not real. However, other people are saying this is very much real. And more to the point is Taryn Manning has come out and apologized for having released this video. So let's take a look at it. I apologize in advance for anybody if you've ever had your spouse have an affair on you. Might be trigger warning. So just take that with a grain of salt. Also, we are going to be talking about buttholes.
A lot of that talk today.
Sorry, it is what it is, though. Listen.
So I had to pull over because I'm just like, I don't want to like cause crashes because I'm just so rooted right now. So the man that I've been messing with is a married man, and every night, well, for about 3 nights in a row, or even maybe there's a night in between, I was licking his butthole. Yep. Because he liked it. And I didn't mind doing it. And does that bother? Is that weird? Yeah. And that is what demons do. So we drove all the way down to Newport Beach today so I could buy him a boat. I was so in love, so I thought, so I could buy this gentleman a boat.
She want to ride the boat.
And I brought cash to put a down payment down. Like,
well, no, she didn't want the boat. He wanted a boat.
She wanted to ride the boat. It's to make the stallion the liquor.
No.
I tried.
No, this is literally about a boat.
I know. It's a joke.
Yeah, no. No, she doesn't know who Meg Thee Stallion. She's very white. This is not a black reference we can use with her. Okay, let's keep going.
Like, I really loved him. I was like, yes, like, we're into the same thing, like, we're kinky, blah, blah, blah. And his wife, because he's married, and I feel so bad because I can't stand her.
Okay, so
I can't stand.
Here's the thing, even like the hypocrisy of having the cross across her knuckles, right? But then licking the butthole of a married man, and you're gonna buy him a boat, so you're driving down. Like, the hypocrisy, the way that those two thoughts conflict, it just really sounds like something Pennsatucky would have said. If you've ever watched Orange is the New Black, like, this sounds like something that Tiffany Doggett would have, a story she would have told about her history, and then been like, yeah, and I liked it. Like, she 100% has said that in the show. So it's like, I don't know. What are you thinking so far, Zell? Are you buying it? No, yes. But
then Teasy putting a lot of weird thoughts in my head as he asked me, does she hold her breath while she do it? I don't
know. She freaky. She likes it. So I'm guessing not. Let's keep going.
His wife, because she wasn't even like, wait, what? You've been messing with my man? She said, you lunatic, you get out of my life or I'll get an RO on you. No, I'll
Restraining
put your
order.
ass in jail. Anyway, so
like even the fact she called it an RO, but then people are like focusing on that. And they're like, oh, well, she called it an RO. You'd have to be like super familiar with them. But like, not really. If you did research for a part, especially if you were like a method actor or something, you'd know what an RO is. So I don't know, like y'all, this is what we're evaluating. Real or fake? Are you guys disappointed about Taryn Manning yet though? Let's keep watching.
I've been licking your man's butthole for weeks on end because he likes it a lot, and I do it to him, and he comes to me.
Like, did she forget she told us that?
Happens.
And it happens.
And that's a lot. I know it's a lot of information, but I'm the lunatic, right?
Yes.
No, I'm just single, very single. And he came to me. So you don't accuse me of being a lunatic, but I'll tell you one thing, lady. You want to put me in jail? I'll put you in jail so fast, your head will be spinning. Don't you ever threaten me. And I will show you how I do. Don't you ever threaten me when your husband came to me to get his butthole licked. Don't you ever threaten me again, Leanne. You dumbass.
Leanne.
What are you thinking? I cannot believe you. You've lost it. Not I. Not I. I brought your husband to Newport Beach. We drove all the way together. We had so much fun. He has his hand on my leg the whole time. Most of the time, finger banging me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie anymore about it. You know, I had no underoos on, and every time licking his fingers. And you're to buy him a boat. To buy him a boat. And all day we went on a boat. The boat that he wants. And I was gonna buy it for him. And then he messed up real bad today. And you're coming after me. Nah, it ain't gonna happen, lady. You made a huge mistake. In the name of you're dusted. Dusted. I ain't scared of you. You should be scared of me.
Yeah, that.
Fear the demon.
That really happened. I'm gonna tell you guys what she said. So she said, I know what I did was wrong, but the heart makes you do crazy things sometimes. I am sorry for exposing my situation. I am not sorry for how I live. She concluded her post noting that the social media scandal was a huge learning lesson for her and asked followers to please give her her privacy so she can heal and mend her heart.
She a demon.
That's what demons do.
She needs to mend her heart now.
Listen, y'all. Listen, even the way she addressed it, and I feel like if she wasn't hopped up on goofballs, she probably could have lied and just said it was her auditioning for a part or giving people a throwback to Tiffany Doggett or whatever, right? I almost feel like there was a Leanne. Like I want to watch the show again because I almost feel like a Leanne was in that. Like
I was thinking
maybe
that too.
she was.
Is a Leanne in the show?
No, not in the show, but in her history when she was telling stories, like maybe her sister was Leanne, like Doggett has a Leanne somewhere in one of her stories. I really feel like it might be both. I really feel like it might be both. It's just why at 44 years old, right? Like she's apparently struggled with drugs her whole life. Fine, right? But why at 44 years old would you suddenly do this for the first time ever? You know what I mean? Like it seems like it's some kind of publicity stunt of some sort. And then you just say, I'm sorry for telling people. I'm not sorry for doing it. Like what? Like what?
She's not ashamed of her life, Ruby.
Listen, if you like licking buttholes, that's cool, but I guess. But like you're licking a married butthole. It's not married to you. Why don't you just get someone to be married to you and then lick their butthole? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying.
She's really single. She's really, really single.
Really, really single. Really, really single.
And he came to her.
If you were confused before, now you understand. This is how the 44-year-old Karen. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm calling Karen Manning Karen. Why? Because y'all remember that movie that came out in 2021 called Karen, to take advantage of, the whole trend of Karening, as we did earlier in the show. Yeah, she's Karen in the movie. She's Karen. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's real?
I don't think you do an apology unless it's real. I think if you just admit it and you just let it go, and you probably even call it more drama just because you really into it. I haven't heard of method acting just stopping and being like, "Oh, I apologize." Unless the apology part of the method acting, which is like extreme levels of dangerous levels of method acting, they have to apologize to social media.
Like dangerous levels, and that's the thing. Hold on, I wonder if I can actually show y'all my phone. Can I show y'all my phone here? Let me see. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna show y'all, because she was finally seen. She wasn't seen for weeks, and then when she went out in public looking like this. Try to get you in the middle of my ring light. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Like she didn't clean up her act much. I'll show you the other. Here you go. Yep, this is her. She eventually met up with a friend. She was refusing to look up her answer to her own name, and then this is her doing I don't know what in public, or why she went in public. So I mean, like, I don't know, y'all. Honestly, this does not look better than what she looked like in the video. In fact, in the video, she was dressed better, but she was dressed in the way that a desperate 44-year-old, withered, shriveled up, chewed up and spit out kind of woman would be dressed like and would look like. But you'd think with all the movies she's starred in, she's probably a multimillionaire, I would think. So why would she look that bad? You have so much money for you to get skin treatments, hair treatments, like just, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Listen, I guess the only time will tell, but I don't know. What are you voting? You voting, is it real?
I'm gonna go real, and I feel like we're gonna see Leanne press charges real soon. And we got a new story update on Taryn Manning from Ruby coming soon.
Right? Listen, I am going to have to... I don't know, man. She became a Trump tard recently, which is weird because, again, like, she wasn't before. So, like, how do you become a super avid Trump supporter when you were not that long ago, like literally not that long ago, you were actually like anti-Trump. And you were part of kind of like a Orange is the New Black against Trump ease. If that makes sense. Like it was this whole thing. And I'm like, how are you?
She listened to that song Rich Men Above Rich Men and her whole life changed.
Right?
All he did was she heard one line from the song and she cried like all these other reactors did when he said, "We got these 300-pound, 300-pound man on welfare eating all the taxes," and she cried like all these other. Ruby, I actually saw men like reactors crying like it's so touching when he said that. I'm like, what? Why? So I don't know. Maybe they felt the spirit of the rich men above rich men.
Oh, really? They felt the spirit, huh? Like, no. At that point, now you just play. No, no. But listen,
that demon came.
You know, I wish I had more for y'all. I can't do it. I can't. Listen, Doggy, I want to defend you, girl. I really do. I really want to be like, listen, girl, she's a real star, okay? She wouldn't let her life fall this far, okay? Y'all are just hating, Okay, it's obviously not true. She wouldn't tell the whole world. She loves licking buttholes and she's tired of hiding it. There's no way that really happened in real life, right? Like, that's what I want to believe.
She told you it's a lot to take in.
She did. She definitely did. And boy, was it ever. Boy, was it ever.
I don't know if she meant literally or but a lot.
Oh boy, golden showers. Okay, on the note of golden showers, I think we're wrapping up for the day. I'm officially good. Yeah, that's
I hope y'all I hope y'all enjoyed the way this show went, because we went from sniffing to licking from the beginning to the end. And that's what you get here overall in that meeting.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe, all that notification bell. Be careful from the sniffers. We had a male sniffer, he black. We had a white woman sniffer. I mean liquor, so it's all over the place. It is. Apparently, they both kind of supposed to be well off. I don't know what's going on in the world. I'll be that news will cover all the craziness in the world. I'll see y'all on Thursday.
Yep.
I appreciate
Cheers, y'all.
y'all. Peace.